So you need to record a YouTube video, but you have absolutely no idea what to do it on. If that has happened to you, never fear. I have totally been there. Not having content ideas is the worst. So in today's video, I'm going to break down all of the different tactics that I use to come up with new YouTube content ideas, so that way I never am out of ideas. So if you want to know my formula to having an endless supply of video ideas, then keep on watching. So this video idea actually came from one of you, and I thought it was a really great idea because I used to struggle with this a lot. I used to just go from video to video and I would get really in my head about I don't know what to do next, or it's not going to be good enough. And as soon as I developed a system to actually come up with tons of ideas, that has completely gone away. I now have a running list of 25 to 50 different YouTube video ideas that I can pull from anytime that I'm ready to start planning my next YouTube video. And I definitely recommend that anyone with a YouTube channel where you have a release schedule, maybe it's once a week or every 2 weeks, you create one of these master lists, because it's going to be so much freeing for you, because you're not going to be stressing in your head knowing,
oh crap, I don't have anything ready to go.
You're always going to have a backlog of video ideas that you can turn to, and it's going to be so freeing just mentally, so you can actually record the video instead of stress about what you're going to record in the video. So like I just mentioned, I have a list of content ideas, and the way that I come up with these, I use a variety of different means. And so I'm going to go through each one of those so that way you know exactly how I populate this. So you can create this list anywhere. It can be just writing it down in a notebook. It can be in the notes section of your phone, or I use Asana, where I'm able to have a Kanban board where I can have video ideas and then ready to script and then ready to film, and I can move a different topic along the path as it moves forward to actually being released. So that's what works for me, but really the most important thing is that you just have a list. So the very first thing that I do, especially when I have 0 ideas in the can, is I do a brain dump. So what I will do is I will set a timer for 15 minutes, and then for those 15 minutes, all I'm doing is just writing down video ideas. And I'm not judging or curating any of these ideas. I'm literally, if it comes to my mind, I put it down. Even if it's not even relevant to my channel, I put it down. And the very first time that I did this, I was just so surprised at how many ideas that I was able to come up with. But also, once I started going, the ideas kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And it was actually very encouraging, because you can actually go from being very crippled or paralyzed with, I don't know what I'm going to do next. And as you're able to just freely write down ideas one after another, you begin to have more confidence in yourself, thinking, wow, I actually do have a ton of content ideas. And like I said, the very first time that I did this, the video topics were all over the place. On my ideas list, I still have some from that very first brain dump session, and I probably never will do those. But that's not the point. The point is just to get it out there as something that you potentially could do. So that is my first step. So just anything that's in your head, that's in your area of expertise, a video that you would like to do, something that you've seen someone else do, just put it out there. The actual exercise of writing or typing these out is really just going to spurn your creativity, so that way you can come up with even more. So maybe the first ideas in your brain dump session are not that good, but as you get going, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, and there's that, oh, and that. And as you're just focusing for 15 minutes, you will definitely be surprised at the amount of really great ideas that you will be able to come up with. And I'm telling you, you have to do it for 15 minutes. Even if you do it for 10 and you're like,
I think I'm good.
No. Just even if you have to sit there and you're not writing anything for 5 minutes, you have to be actively trying to do and come up with ideas for the remaining 5 minutes. And trust me, you will come up with ideas, because when I did this the first time, I did about 5 to 10 minutes and I'm like, wow, so many ideas. I'm good. But then I'm like, no, I need to do all 15 minutes. And so I kept pushing myself, and then I got even more ideas, and those ones at the end were actually better ideas and better video topics than the ones at the beginning. All right, my next tip for getting content for your video is to ask your audience. Look in the comments of your YouTube channel and see what people are asking you to do. That is actually how I came up with the idea for this video. Is one of you guys wrote in the comments and said, hey, love your video, can you do a video on how you come up with content ideas? And I thought, Wow, that is something that I have never thought about before. It's just something that I've done, and I've kind of developed this system and process along the way, but I never thought of sharing it. And so by actively listening to my audience, I was able to come up with an idea. So you can just do that by reading your comments, but also in your videos, if you're really struggling for ideas, you can ask at the end, hey, what do you want my next video to be on? Let me know in the comments below. And that will be a visual and an audio cue for your audience to leave comments. So you can do that in your videos. If you have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can use the community tab to ask your community questions directly. If some of your audience follows you on other platforms like Twitter and Instagram, you can definitely do polls there. The sky is the limit, but just ask your audience because you'll be surprised. They will tell you, even if your audience is really, really small. All it takes is just one idea or one suggestion for you to turn that into a video. And then definitely as you have a bigger, more engaged audience, you'll be able to see trends that people are constantly asking for again and again and again. So maybe there's a comment where someone's wanting you to do something and it has 20 likes. Well, that's a sign that 20 other people really liked that idea and want you to do that. So just really pay attention to your comments. Your comment section is a gold mine because it's where your audience is telling you what they feel about your videos and what they want to see next. So an example of me for this is I did a video a few months ago, which was basically a step-by-step guide to running an Instagram giveaway. Now, I give the entire blueprint of what you need to do as a business or a brand to run a giveaway on Instagram, so that way it's successful and it's effective. But in that video, I didn't really recommend a specific method to pick a winner. I just said you have to pick a winner, use a random number generator, and it was pretty vague because I wasn't really confident in a lot of the options out there. Well, that video really started picking up and getting a lot more traffic, and a lot of the comments said, hey, do you have a recommendation for an app or a website to pick a winner? So then I used that and I made a video all about my favorite free Instagram winner pickers. And that video actually has done tremendously well as a result from listening to my audience. All right, my next tip goes right along with this, and that's to ask your clients. So whether you are a business coach or a chiropractor or an esthetician, you need to listen to your direct clients who may not even be following you on YouTube, but listen to what they are asking you. So if they are always asking you the same question over and over and over, so let's say you're an esthetician and someone's asking you,
what's the best way to exfoliate my face at night?
Well, that is a video idea. And so instead of having to tell your clients over and over and over again, well, here's how you do it, here's the products you would use, blah, 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 blah. You just make a video of that, and the next time someone asks you, you say,
oh, that's a great question. So many people have asked me that. I actually made a video all about that. I'll send you the link.
So not only is that going to save you tons of time in your business, because every time someone asks you that question, you can just answer it via video, but it's also going to start creating more content for your YouTube channel. And you know that it's content that people already want. So really pay attention to your clients. Listen to the questions that they're asking and just write them down in your master list where you have all your ideas. And again, you don't necessarily have to make videos on all of those ideas, but just by having a master list for all of the ideas, no matter where the source, it is gonna make it so much easier for you to actually make videos. My next tip for coming up with content for your YouTube channel is to look at your top performing videos. As your channel grows, some videos are going to perform much better than other videos. And that's because the videos that have more views are the videos that people want to watch. So you need to look at those top performing videos and analyze them and think,
what would be a good companion video for someone to watch after they've watched this one?
This is the beginning steps of creating a series of videos on a topic, which will allow for bingeable content on your channel, which ultimately will help you increase the watch time on your channel and help your channel perform better overall. And this is pretty easy. Just look at that top performing video and think, what would I want to watch next on this topic to learn more? What's the next step in the process, or even before? Basically, you're creating little spider webs, spin-off videos of content ideas that are related to the main video. My next tip for coming up with YouTube content ideas is to look for trending topics. YouTube is very well known for the different challenges that people do, or there's just certain types of videos that are performing really well and tons of people are making making videos all on those topics. I remember last year there was a really popular challenge that was going around where people would go to a drive-thru, they would do an order, and then as they were picking up their order, they would switch with someone in the back seat, and then that person would be in the front seat, and they would catch the reaction of that person. And I know you're like,
well, that's great. These challenges, tons of people are doing them, but they totally don't even relate to my niche at all.
And that's okay. But what you want to do is you want to be aware of the trend, because that trend is probably going up, which means there is a lot of search on that trend. So how can I modify that trend for my content? And since those trends are so popular, there's going to be a ton of people searching for them. So if you're able to put a different twist or a spin on a challenge or something that's really popular and trending right now, there is potential that your video could do really, really well as a result, because YouTube is going to want to promote more of that content because that's what's trending. So now you're like,
well, great, but how do I know what top trends are?
Well, you can look in the trending section when you're going into YouTube, but you just need to kind of be aware and in tune with what's happening on YouTube. So you need to follow a variety of channels. I think the best way to make your channel better is not just to watch channels that are only in your niche. That's actually going to make you just really self-conscious and think that you're not good enough. But watch a variety of channels and niches and all sorts of things just to get inspiration. I follow beauty vloggers like Jaclyn Hill. I follow people who work in the animation industry and they're sharing their journey as an artist. I find that super interesting and I like their vlogs. I follow videos and channels that are all about Disney movies and Disney theories and all that fun, totally nerdy stuff. So it really gives me a big variety that I can see the different styles of how other people do their videos and channels. But it also just makes me aware of certain trends, especially if I'm following a bunch of people and they're all kind of doing the same trend or challenge. And if you're really stuck even then, you can just Google what are popular challenges on YouTube right now, or what is trending on YouTube right now. And there are blogs and websites that will definitely get you up to speed. All right, my next idea is to look at your competitors. Look at people who are in your industry or doing videos that you like, or even people that aren't even necessarily in your industry, but they are just really, really successful. And what I would do is I would go and then go to their video section and sort by most popular. And then analyze, okay, what are the most popular videos on their channel? And that is an indicator that people really like that content. And then you can then use that as a basis for your own video. And I am not suggesting that you copy their video word for word or their topic, but just use that as inspiration for a video that's similar or maybe on that topic. But hey, if I did that, I would have said X, Y, and Z instead of this. Give your own perspective on that topic. Do not copy, because then you're just imitating and it's never going to be as good as the real thing. And no one's really going to respect you for that. So I do not recommend that. But that is a very, very easy way to see what do people like on YouTube in my niche, in my industry. So scope out your competitors. All right, guys, I hope you found this really helpful, and it's getting your creative juices flowing for different things that you can do to come up with new content ideas for your YouTube channel. Really, I'm telling you guys, that brain dump is key, and you are going to get so many amazing ideas just from doing that alone that I would recommend, as soon as you're done watching this video, to put your 15-minute timer on and to just brain dump. I really am excited to see how it works for you. Let me know how it goes, and also let me know which one of these methods you like the best and you're excited to try out. And of course, subscribe to join the tribe. I have new videos out every Wednesday teaching you how to become a YouTube rock star. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. You can also screenshot this and share it on your Instagram stories. Be sure to tag me at Morgan Stradling. And with that, that is all that I have for you today. Happy content creating, and I'll see you next time.